Okay.
All right, so it looks like we're about ready. Oh, okay. Good morning, everybody. Saturday morning. Listen, Saturday mornings aren't any easier than Monday mornings, as it turns out, because Saturday morning cartoons are weird now. So I can't just put my kids in front of the TV. Thank you guys for joining us. My name is Heidi Foy. I am the creator of opportunities here at Bullfrog Creatives. And we're already in and out. There we go. Okay, so we have a special guest today. Let me explain to you why we're doing this on Saturday. This young lady is now in a master's program, I believe,
It's a
and
doctorate program.
doctorate program. Goodness gracious, from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. So if you think your schedule is busy, you should watch. It will make you feel better about your situation. So today I have, now hopefully I don't mess this up, Mia Manzanares.
Yes.
Oh, so close. Okay,
Got
so Mia is a standout, I would say, a big standout in the collegiate rodeo athletics, and clearly a standout now in her new profession. I'm super excited to have her on, and I want to welcome all of Mia's fans because clearly she has a really strong following too. So I'm very excited to have them join us this morning. So I apologize. I'm going to be sidetracked a little bit. I've got to pull it up on my phone to make sure I can see the live feed and make sure we don't have any questions that we need to answer. So I'm going to get you kind of going on something and then I'll pull that up.
That's
So
awesome.
if you would welcome and thank you so much for your time today.
Yes, thank you for having me. This has been awesome. I've been looking forward to it all week.
Yeah, it's kind of what I have now started referring to as my passion project. But it's also been very fun for me to just have conversations with kind of like-minded individuals. So I'm really excited to have you on. I've not had a lot of women on. It's in my to-do list to get more women. So I'm thankful that you were so willing to kind of work us in and fit us in your already busy schedule.
Yes, Sam. It's been so fun. I've been watching some of the coaches, like Mr. CJ. It's been awesome hearing from the coaches' side of everything too.
Yeah. So I just did a little write-up that I have not posted yet, but it really started from a very kind of basic standpoint, like just talking to Mr. Roger about why and how the decision was made to cancel the CNFR. Um, and then also to help coaches. I mean, I think one of the coaches, Jimmy Nicholas, started talking about, I'm just going to do an infomercial. And I'm like, let's do that, but let me help you with technology. And then it kind of took off from there. So I'm excited about, everyone's like, well, what are you going to do with it? I don't know. I can't answer that question. Right now, I'm just getting an opportunity to meet a lot of really great people and some people that have like really been icons in our industry. So if that's all I get to do, then I'm okay with that. I will do that for a long time. We'll see. So
I think it's awesome. The knowledge that is spreading so fast is really good for these young up and coming rodeo stars that need that extra little knowledge to know where to go to college and what college rodeo coaches are aligned with their values and everything.
well, and it's funny because I think when you're at that age, you I'll talk about myself specifically. Like when I was that age, I had a really hard time seeing past all of that stuff. And so I think when you have these types of conversations, it kind of spurs kids to think beyond like the next rodeo or the next semester and like think about more what other opportunities might be out there for them. So it really is, if they can, set their minds to it, it really is an opportunity for them to kind of expand a little bit too.
Yes, I definitely 100% agree. I know exactly where you're coming. My freshman year, I definitely had tunnel vision, rodeo, rodeo, rodeo. And then finally, I think my sophomore, junior, senior year, I kind of big picture started
Yeah.
thinking of stuff, and that's
Yeah.
what helped.
So let's talk about that a little bit. Tell me about where you went to school, and then off camera you talked about the many years that you qualified for the college finals. So talk a little bit about your experience with that also.
Well, my undergraduate was at McNeese State University, and my first year and a half, I was pre-law was what I was going to do because all of my heroes that were also goat tires, Kristen Smith and Lauren Hansen, um, and then Chelsea Carroll, they were all pre-law at first. So I was like, oh, well, I want to do what they wanted, what they did, and I didn't end up liking it. And then I tore my ACL, and
Oh,
I thought that was the end of my rodeo career. I was done. I didn't think a goat tire could come back from an ACL injury. And then I had this amazing physical therapist in Opelousas and in Lake Charles, two of them that helped me through mentally and physically. I wouldn't be here physically where I am. I would not have been able to rodeo near as much as I could after. And then they kind of sparked a fire in me, and that's when I realized I wanted to do physical therapy, and changed my major halfway through college. Started taking a lot of credits to be able to graduate on time. And so my freshman and sophomore year, because of my injury, I just went to the college finals in the breakaway and won a couple rounds. And it just kind of got my experience at the college finals, because everyone knows their first time in the college finals, they get, no matter how many times you've gone, you just kind of get wide-eyed and all the color kind of
Yeah,
drains
it's
from
a
your
whole
face.
new ball game.
It is that small yellow arena with that Coliseum like feel is just, it's exhilarating no matter how many times you've been to it. So I think my freshman and sophomore year really kind of acclimated me to that arena and to the atmosphere of everything. And then my junior and senior year is when I got to really compete in goat tying my full 2 semesters of each one, so 4 semesters, and went to the college finals my junior and senior year in the breakaway and the goat tying. And my junior year is the year that I ended up winning the breakaway, goat tying, and all around, and then the team for McNeese. And that's probably one of my best memories that I've ever had. Looking back, that was just something that is definitely ingrained in my memory forever. And then my senior year, I ended up winning the goat tying. I won a round in the breakaway and ended up winning the average in the goat tying. Me and Bo Peterson split it, and I am so blessed to be able to split it with someone as awesome as her. And it was just that was a great year too. And it was a great year to end my career. I know I wish I would have had this 2020 college finals. I went back and got my master's at Texas A&M Commerce for Coach Damian White, and he was absolutely amazing. He's one of the many people I respect so much, and he always pushed me to do something, or if I wanted to try something different, he always pushed me just in the correct ways. And he's one of my favorite people, and I still talk to him all the time. And I was really disappointed. We had an amazing women's team. Abby Hampton, Whitley Whitewood, and Katie Jo Boyd, we all made the college finals, and we would have brought a full team to the college finals, and that would have been one of the teams I think would have been remembered for our performance at college finals. So I was disappointed in that aspect that we couldn't do that for him, because he worked very hard to get all 4 of us there, and that was disappointing. But I think that it was just such a great year to finish out college rodeo.
Yeah, so I got so many questions from that. First and foremost, let's talk a little bit about your injury. So I had kind of mid college career, ended up having to have back surgery and come back from that. And I mean, back surgery is, I would say, I mean, I never thought that I would tie goats again, and I ended up qualifying for the finals after, right after that. I didn't go back to it right away because I was a little nervous. But talk to me about, talk to me about your knee injury and kind of the I guess the recovery time, and I guess I think there's a lot that goes into it mentally that people don't really think about unless they have been through it. So maybe
Yeah.
talk about that a little bit.
I think it's 100% more mental than it was physical for me. So I tore it 2 rodeos in the spring semester of my freshman year. And I was like, I had the mindset where I was going to keep tying. I was going to keep tying with the torn ACL. Thought I would be able to do it, and I did. And I placed in a couple rodeos, but I ended up making the college finals in goat tying. And I went to a couple practices and knew that I wouldn't have been competitive, and it just wasn't fair for me to to take someone's spot. And I knew I wasn't going to be competitive at the college finals then. So I gave someone my spot my freshman year, and then competed in the breakaway with the torn ACL. And then right after the finals, had surgery with Dr. Tandy Freeman, and he did a phenomenal job. He was awesome. So I started physical therapy, I think 2 or 3 days after surgery, and got right to it and really, really pushed myself. And like I said, had some amazing physical therapists that took me in anytime I asked. I didn't have to schedule an appointment, just walk in, and they were there helping me. So it took me, I think, 2 months before I could start breakaway roping again. So I got to compete in all the breakaway ropings for my sophomore year, and then I had to sit out 2 or 3 rodeos in the goat tying just until I hit 4 months. And then after 4 months post surgery, I started practicing again, and I was scared. Let me tell you, I was very scared to get off. A lot of people know my goat horse Casper. He's more famous than I am. Um, he's pretty special. So he doesn't slow down at all, and so I was very nervous. So I had I definitely had that mental block where it wasn't letting me just do everything, and I'm glad I did, because I would have probably pushed myself a little bit too hard and probably re-injured myself. But I had my goat tying coach, Stacy Martin, who is just phenomenal. She has been with me since I have been before junior high. So she's always been the one to kind of get me through that. And we had more mental talks and physical talks then. She sent me to a kind of like a training program called Athletic Republic, and that kind of helped me get my foot speed back. And once my foot speed came, it all started getting together. So probably I would say 6 months post-surgery, I started placing at a couple rodeos again, getting some confidence back. Still wasn't going near as fast as I had been prior to my injury, but I was starting to gain speed. And then when that year hit post-surgery, I was fully back. And that's what Dr. Tandy said. It takes a full year to get mentally and physically back. And as soon as that year hit and I got to take that knee brace off, I felt like I did, and if not better, because I had been working so hard physically to get my body back to where it was, that I was probably stronger and more mentally stronger as well than I had been before the injury. And I think that I know it's bad to say, but I'm very grateful and blessed that injury happened to me, because I wouldn't be here today if it didn't.
So was that part, I mean, had you decided to change your major to physical therapy before your experience with physical therapy, or was it kind of hand in hand?
It was hand in hand. I changed after I met Josh Labert, who was my physical therapist in Lake Charles. And after meeting him and seeing what he did for me, that's when I changed.
So that's interesting. I was an athletic training major pre-surgery and changed it post-surgery. Like it wasn't my thing. I went the other way. So I get it. I mean, I didn't do a lot of like in the clinic rehab. I had a lot on my own. And so maybe that's probably why I didn't have that positive experience. But so let's talk a little bit. You mentioned to me that your your goat tying horse doesn't stop.
No.
So I made a change after I had surgery. I changed from a horse like that to an old calf horse.
Mm-hmm.
I guess, I think everybody has an opinion on what is the fastest and what is the, I guess, best practice nowadays. I'm guessing what your opinion is because I know how you dismounted, but do you feel like there's a time difference between maybe a horse that plants and you step off and a horse that you just bail off on a run?
I truly believe that you can be good at anything that you practice. So I think it's whatever you practice. I personally love the getting off running, and that's because that's what I've always done. And that's what I've had Casper since I've been in, I think, 6th grade. So he has progressed with 6th grade, and he's gone to every grade level with me. He's been definitely my rock. And I don't think that oh shoot.
You're good.
I don't think that I could have done any of this without him either, because he is just so consistent. But I don't think that there's any special way that you have to do anything. You do see more girls now stepping off, running off the side of their horse. But I do know girls that I know I'm just not athletic enough, I don't think, to be able to get that horse to slide and then get off and use that momentum. I need that momentum to help me go to the goat. I'm not near fast enough to create my own.
That's funny. I'm not either. So there's that. So let's talk about now kind of, well, what you're doing now, your doctorate. You're going to a new school. I know you just started the program. It's always interesting because I feel really awkward because I face stalk everybody that comes on the broadcast just so I know a little bit about what's going on in their life. So it's kind of creepy. I know these things about you now. So talk to me about why this program, and we've already talked about why this field, but why this program for you?
I think what stood about this program is their mission statement is unapologetically Christian, and that very much aligns with my faith. And they go on mission trips in the summer, and that is something I've always wanted to do. I've always had a passion for service, and I think that I met the professors and knew right away, like these are the people that I want to be my mentors. I want that family aspect that they bring to physical therapy is something you can't find at every college.
Mhm.
And
So
they
what college, tell us what college you're going to now. I
oh
can't,
Hardin University,
what is it? Sorry.
Hardin Simmons in
Okay.
Abilene. Hmm.
Gotcha.
It is. I have met some of my best friends I'll ever have. I've met mentors. I've met colleagues that will be with me for forever because of this program. I couldn't be happier with where I am.
That's great. It sounds like an amazing program.
It
So
is.
how long is this program and what are your plans afterwards?
This program is 28 months long. So a year and a half, I will be in the classroom. We'll be doing gross anatomy, differential diagnosis, stuff like that. And then after that, it will be, I think, is it 9 months, 8 or 9 months of clinical rotations. So I will
Okay.
go out and work at the different physical therapy, um, like different kind of programs. So
Different
like
fields. Yeah.
I think it's 8 weeks of neuro, 8 weeks of acute, 8 weeks of outpatient, and then whatever specialty I want. So I'm leaning more towards athletics, or
Yeah.
I've worked with geriatrics and I've worked in acute and really love those two, but I haven't gotten the chance to work at a pediatrics site yet. So that it'll be very interesting to see at the end of this 28 months where I
If
really
that
like.
changes. Yeah, that could change. Um, so let's talk a little bit more broadly about, I would love to get some feedback for you. I know personally, I feel like I was born just a little bit too early in the world of women's rodeo. Last summer, I feel there were so many monumental things that happened in 2019 as far as opportunities for women at the pro rodeo level, and I mean even at amateur level. But for some of the larger rodeos to be holding breakaway roping as in their kind of in their reign of events blows my mind. Honestly, never really imagined that that would happen. And I would love to, I assume that you have been able to compete in some of those events, and I would love to get just have a conversation about that with you.
Yes, it has been absolutely amazing. I don't know if there's ever been an event that has taken off this fast, and
Mhm.
it has been awesome. I got to compete at the American at AT&T Stadium, which was the closest thing I can even compare it to is the college finals, and it was an experience that I think every person should have because it was unreal being able to compete at AT&T Stadium. I am very glad that I'm doing this to further my professional career of physical therapy, but I'm very glad that when I do get out, I think that I'll have that opportunity to go professional rodeo if I want to. If I want to make that choice, I will be able to have it. And I think that the longer that we continue to go on this path, I think that we're going to have equal money opportunities and we're going to be at more pro rodeos. And I think eventually we will be inside of the NFR with the PRCA, not just the 3 days that they're holding it in conjunction with it.
Yeah, so I just saw that announcement this week that they're doing breakaway national finals in
Mm-hmm.
conjunction with the NFR this year in Texas. So, I mean, I agree with you. I appreciate that they're holding something in conjunction with the NFR, but I really don't feel like it's going to be too far off. I mean, breakaway roping is one event that it's not going to make the rodeo last that much longer. It's the fastest event in the rodeo, and you can get through 10 contestants, 12 contestants so easily. I mean, they might have to get rid of the clown act if they want to maintain the same time frame, but
Yeah,
production wise, super easy to add in.
I do.
Um, Now, did you compete? You said you competed at the American. Did
Yes,
you try to enter Cheyenne Frontier Days?
I did, and I did not enter quick enough. That was the only event they've ever seen fill up that fast. It was, I think, within 15 to 30 minutes it
Yeah.
filled up. I probably entered 45 minutes, and I was like 50th to
What?
70th. I was like 50th to 70th on the wait list, like somewhere in that. So that was awesome. I think that gave the PRCA enough stats to see that girls will enter, girls will come. If you have a breakaway roping that adds money and you have this many contestants and it's at somewhere prestigious like that, the girls will come no matter where it
Yeah,
is.
for sure. I was joking around with my dad that I feel like I need to break out and I'm not gonna lie, I have never been able to throw a rope as quickly as you, but I still want to do it again. Like just to be at that stage with a women's event, I think is monumental. I mean, as a little girl growing up in the industry, your opportunity was barrel racing.
Hmm.
And so I don't know, we could talk about it forever, but just the fact that there's another opportunity for women, it's just really, really exciting and really exciting for younger generations too, to be able to kind of see it build and what their possibilities are. So I'm excited about that. So will you be going to the NFR this year?
I do not know if I'll have time. I think my school runs through breaks, so I don't know. I'm in the fastest program in the country, so we don't have a lot of breaks to go. I will definitely try to make it over there because I do want to watch the breakaway. That is one of my passions. So if I do make it over there, that'll be something that I stay for. But we'll see. Fingers crossed I get to go. It's all since it's in Dallas too. We're not too far away from there, so I'll probably make a trip up there.
Yeah, that makes it a little easier for you.
Hmm.
So I'm sure that I could think of many, many more questions, but we're good 20 minutes in, and I want to be respectful of your weekend. I know you don't have a lot of time off, so I want to make sure you get some rest.
Thank you.
So we did not have any questions on the live feed, but we did have a good handful of viewers. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in live. If this is the first one that you've watched, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you guys stopping in. I want to give a shout out to Mia. Thank you so much for your weekend time. And then also a shout out to Cinch Jeans. They have come on board to support my efforts in bringing information to you and having these talks. I mean, it's just a good chat and a good way to get some more information about our industry out there. So I want to thank Cinch Jeans. Again, you know, the mission of Bullfrog Creatives is just to create opportunities to build more relationships in the Western world. And if I can connect a coach and a kid, or make connections at a larger level, then that's kind of what we're all about. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. If you're rewatching and you do have questions, someday somebody is going to post a question. I just know it. I can feel it. So if you're rewatching, post a question, or we will get back to you and we can get those answered. Again, thank you so much for your time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Monday, we will have Corey Ferguson, who is on the National Intercollegiate Rodeo Association Alumni Board. So we're going to talk a little bit about what the alumni does and how that organization goes hand in hand with the NIRA. So we hope you guys tune in. Our normal broadcast day is Mondays at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. We'd love to have some of you guys come back and tune in. And yeah, have a great weekend, and we will catch you next week.
Thank you for having me.